So my wife sends me this and she goes, I'm gonna say this directly to her. You're 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday than on any other day of the year. Yo, yo, yo.
What up?
Hello, okay?
Hello, y'all. This episode was brought up to you courtesy of Univision.
Oh, come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
Yo, welcome to seasons 2 first. Industreet Unplugged.
Unplugged. That's
Industreet
right.
Unplugged. Yo, Jay, you ready to unplug?
Always.
Está conectado.
Always.
I'm always ready. We need to plug him back in.
Yeah, we should plug it back in. Yo, unplug, bro.
Dímelo.
This episode's about we're just gonna talk. We're gonna shoot the shit.
Okay.
And Josh wants to talk about something that's been bothering the shit out of him.
It's not about what's bothering me.
That's
It's just
what you told
an
me, bro. Now
experience.
because we rolling,
It's
You
something
walked into
that I
the studio. Look,
experienced.
in all fairness,
Bro.
you walked into the studio
was-
red.
he did.
He was
Red. You're like,
He
yo, I
was
can't
red.
believe this shit is happening right now.
Nah, he didn't do all that.
Let's
bro.
be honest. You were like
So,
Okay.
talking about being petty.
It wasn't like
no.
that.
What are we talking about?
Why are you bringing up petty
Mr.
stuff?
We're talking about Mr. Petty.
Mr.
No,
Petty.
so one of the things I wanted to talk about was like the migrant situation that we're dealing with, and specifically an experience that I had the other day at a gas station.
What happened at the gas station?
So
bro?
Wait, first of all,
Okay.
what borough were you in?
I was in the Bronx.
He was in the Bronx.
Jesus.
Uh-oh,
Yo,
this,
you
this
guys-
story's already going wrong.
It's
Yeah.
already.
I mean,
taking a
listen,
turn.
we
What
got to
was the
shout
gas
out the
station?
Boogie
Did it have a
though.
name? Did it have like a brand name?
it's
Don't tell me it was a
like
shell.
green and yellow because they don't
Alright.
pay for advertising.
Alright,
So
green
I'm
and
pretty
yellow.
green,
So the
yellow,
green and
white.
yellow, same cash and credit, same price.
You know, BP is probably something that you're gonna. Well, anyway,
You just said it. You just said it.
No, so check No, so
thought there was more
I
letters.
think it starts with a B and ends with a P.
Yeah, there you go. BP are prevalent letters in it, right? So I'm at a gas station in the Bronx, right? And it's a neighborhood that I used to live in, right?
Okay.
Jay, you're familiar with this neighborhood as well, right? We're not far from that neighborhood actually where we record. It's actually less than 2-3 minutes from here.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, so I'm pulling up to the gas station and I just see a bunch of people. And not people
Like putting gas?
no, and not people just getting gas, just people at the gas station
Lounging around.
like lounging, looks like sleeping. I mean, just at the gas station. And I'm trying to pump and I was having problems with the pump, which was frustrating already because I had to go to like 3 different pumps. But the point is, I'm across
I feel
from
like there was
another
a
guy.
joke there somewhere. I just didn't pick it up.
I'm across from another guy and we're both looking around like, yo, what the
going on?
fuck is going on? Why are there just so many people just laying around here? And I couldn't help myself. And I go to one of the guys. I'm like, yo, is everything okay? Are you guys okay? And he was like, yeah, man, we have no place to go. So because they have no place to go, they just lounge around.
Oh, so
wherever
this
they
was
can.
like the buses that they just drop in the city.
So I asked the guy, I'm like, where are you from? What like, how did you end up here?
This was all in Spanish.
And it was in Spanish. Yes. I mean, I didn't want to throw my people under the bus, but yeah, it was a conversation I was having in Spanish. And so I asked the guy, and
Can
he
you give
was
us a
just like,
sample?
Yeah. Actually, I think
Say it in Spanish.
yo, I was going there. Can you please?
this is done in English.
How did you articulate
Listen.
the beginning of the conversation?
Anyway.
How did it start?
So
Tú le dices, hola, primo, ¿cómo
no,
estás?
something along those
Hello,
lines.
primo.
But first of all,
Donde
I just
eres?
asked him, like, is he okay?
Yo, chill,
right?
bro.
I just asked if he was all right. Because like my man was
Right,
like,
like, yeah.
like leaning up against the pump, like laid out against the pump, just lounging in the shade.
Donde
It was a
eres?
hot day.
Right.
It was a really hot day.
Nah, I mean, it's fucked up.
It's been hot lately. So I'm like, so then I start just having a conversation with, a couple of the folks there. And they were like, they just dropped us off. There was no space in the shelter they put us in. So we just found this place and we just found some shade and we just chilled here.
Man,
That's crazy.
And I'm like, we got to do a better job.
Right.
Right. And I say this as a society, like you feel how you feel about migration.
It's not a political thing, right.
But I just think as human beings, we need to do a better job at taking care of each other. Whether you like how people ended up here, whatever the case may be, that's more
I agree.
political, right? But just as a human being, I'm like, damn, we got to do a better job. I mean, and if you go, I was visiting a family member in Midtown who works in Midtown in the hotel industry. I was visiting him and I'm like, why are all these people just like laying on the street in the middle of the day, and
Yeah.
and
Like,
you
it
don't
just gives
know,
a-
but it's just like, what the hell are we doing?
Yo, it gives us
Man, Adams, what are we doing?
Oh, whoa. Say it to your camera again.
I did.
Oh.
Listen, just
We
give
got to
me-
do better.
Jay, send him a
Let's just-
text now.
Anyway,
I
That's
don't wanna
Jay's boy,
repeat
by the way.
again.
he just
but
got off the phone with him.
Can we just give me a call, all right? But all right. So it's funny that you're mentioning that because a week ago that we were at this restaurant in the city on 37th Street?
I
I
wasn't
think it was
there.
like 2 weeks ago, right?
I didn't go.
So recently, let's just
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
that was for the
Yeah,
event we were.
fairly recent. So
I wasn't invited.
yeah, but it was prior to that
I was
also.
invited.
But
Me both.
ironically, is I was
was
just
away.
driving down Midtown, like it was 42nd Street. I'm like, yo, like,
Oh,
you're not lying. It's like a bunch of people were just like in Times Square. I remember with Times Square when I was a kid, it's like, yo, everybody would just come from all over the world just to like see how.
now when you were a kid, there were prostitutes there probably.
Bro, why are you trying to diss?
De la 42.
bro. But again,
You're not looking
know,
in the right
but-
places, right?
you definitely were not.
I think I used to be.
Yo, but again, it's like you see homeless people. You start seeing like it is just not the Times Square that it's actually used to be publicized.
Yeah, it's not as
glamorized.
glamorous
Right.
as
Like
you see in
it
the
looked like a
pictures.
place that you should never be in. And it's also crazy because a very close person to me, she experienced something like that, and it's just part of the migrant conversation, just because of, they assaulted her. Just she was coming out of her union, putting in her retirement papers, and what ended up happening was like this individual just tried to steal her purse, and she didn't let go of it. And by not letting go of it, she fell, tripped, and the dude just kicked her in the ribs. So again, unfortunately, Mayor Adams, I don't mean to call you out.
No, he does.
This got political.
He does.
Bro, real quick.
It's just like, I mean, we need to put up a grip into it. Like we got to do a better policing and just with all these individuals being out there, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but I think it's like there has to be like a limit of how much the theft is or the crime in order to like get arrested. Right, because of whatever whatever. I don't know, but I think that there's like a limit, and I think that with
Wait,
migrants,
like, hold on.
No,
Hold on. What do you
think
mean?
What he's referring to like police now don't really look into robberies that are under $1,000.
something
So
to that
like
magnitude.
you can go into a store, steal something,
and they will not.
But I don't know if
like-
that's a police problem. That's more
No, right.
politicians.
No, I'm saying like it's just basically like
It's
Jelly said,
petty
like,
theft isn't
Yeah.
considered a big deal.
exactly.
and I think it's just unfortunate, bro. Like it's just unfortunate to have all these individuals out there, and again, the same person told me that something similar happened to a coworker of hers the following week, and it's something that's repetitively going out there, and they are doing it. The people out there are constantly doing it.
I mean, look,
just
we could
because
also argue.
they
You
know
don't
that
know if they're.
that's not gonna
You don't
happen.
know if they're the illegal migrant.
Yeah.
Right, you don't know.
No. I mean, she like the description. Basically, that's
but
what it was. but-
That's a very slippery
Yeah.
slope.
Yeah, because now, especially, I was just reading an article where the migration is not coming from, the migrants rather, are not just coming from like South American countries. They're coming from other European,
just
African
migrants.
countries,
It's migrants,
just
period.
going through
Yeah, so you-
the
so
southern
you-
border.
so- right,
So
so
it
that's
doesn't
why you
necessarily,
don't know, right,
you don't know if everyone coming in, like into the country is coming in from which direction.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more from other countries that are not necessarily South American countries coming in through like the migrant.
well, it's just very unfortunate.
Well, look,
Southern
I
border
think- I
city,
think-
And it's like you have to take into account not everyone that's coming in is coming, with like having that thought like, oh, you know what, I want to start something new.
The American dream.
The American dream. There's people that are gonna come in and say, look, this is what I was in my country and I'll bring it here.
I mean, some people,
no, of
sometimes
course.
it's the worst of the worst. It's like,
Look,
you know
I
what?
think-
I'm gonna go do this somewhere else.
I think that the migrant conversation we could spend the whole
a whole episode.
Industreet
This is
Unplugged on this, right?
The whole season.
it's just the fact that
Right.
something better needs to be done.
it has to.
Yeah,
right,
I think
I
that-
agree with
that
what
was the
Josh
point
said.
that I
Look,
was
something has to be
making.
done. I don't think it's I know we're calling the mayor out, but I don't think it's a mayor thing because then you go back and you hear about like other states just dropping them.
I mean,
in different
I
states,
don't
they go
know,
just
though,
sending.
Ray, because-
but hold on, but hold on.
No, and I think I've seen him like advocating. He needs help. He
No.
straight
Yeah,
up.
look, I'm not gonna
Straight
defend anybody, right? I'm just saying, like, I agree that something has to be done, right? You have advocates of like, okay, these are people leaving, escaping political prosecutions or escaping civil war or whatever the case may be, right? My opinion of Ray, who is nobody, I'm not a political figure or nothing. We just have to organize it, right? Like, all of us are kids of immigrant parents, right? We've always said that. Like, it has to be done the right way, in an organized way, because the consequences are that good people may have to sit days homeless in a gas station because there aren't proper channels or
correct protocols.
They're establishing proper channels, right? But we're not doing enough, right? So I agree that something has to be done to kind of alleviate this whole thing, right? Because to Jay's point, right, whether we know or not whether they were these migrants, illegal migrants, we don't know. But there are cases that they are, right? Like it's been on the news, like, oh, this person was an illegal migrant who, came illegally and was here and committed a crime, right? As bad as murder, right? So we just, I think it's a matter of organizing it. That's why, like, when people politicize the let's control the border, and they want to take that argument to be racist, or they want to take the argument to mean I'm against immigration, right? Yeah. I disagree with, like, those are the people that bother me the most, because I think, like, look, let's control the border, not because we don't want people to have better opportunities and come if they got to come, right? But because we need to have some type of control to do it the right way, right?
Exactly. The way every other country has it.
Yeah. I mean,
and I think that there's migration in every place, right? It happened.
I mean, the healthiest countries in the world have a good, healthy,
a very strict
migrant. But they also have, in order to be a healthy, modern country, you have to have some form of immigration coming in.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a matter
especially
of
in this country.
Yeah, but it has to be where you're not always going to get the best of the best. But I do think that we need, in this instance, we might have to monitor it. Not necessarily control, but because it's going to be it's virtually impossible to control anymore, right? It's gotten out of control. But we need a better way of monitoring the people that are coming in and making sure that we're also putting them in the best position to find success here in this country, and not just, bringing them in, dropping them off in the city and say, okay, thank you.
Yeah. What do you think that's going to cause?
Exactly. You're only going to see crime go up. You're only going to see all the negative things happening. So I definitely think we need to obviously the system.
And I also see like right now, like I think like it's like an influx of like petty theft, right? Like right now they have like the whole scooter situation going on in Washington Heights.
But it's not just petty theft.
Stealing, like it's crazy, bro.
You're also seeing an uptick in all kinds of crimes, right? You're seeing an uptick in abductions. You're seeing an uptick in sexual crimes, right? There's recent news reports, we're not attributing that to that. Yeah, no, we're not. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it just so happens that you're seeing an uptick in a lot of other crimes. Not just petty crimes, but you're seeing a lot of uptick in a lot of other crimes, and it just so happens to be in the neighborhoods where they're predominantly housed by migrant people coming in.
Yeah, minorities.
Let's put it like that. Yeah, minorities.
Anyway, let's unplug the episode.
All right, so yeah, let's switch it up, right? So we'll hit a little.
She got too real.
Switch it up.
Like,
yo, so my wife sends me something today, right?
Okay.
Like an Instagram post.
The Crocs.
No, she sent me an Instagram post.
I sent that one to my wife.
No Crocs in the
On the
airport.
escalators?
Yeah.
I mean, I like wearing Crocs.
Yeah, when your feet get mangled.
You're definitely catching some Crocs on the weekend.
I see you more to be like the Birkenstock type.
I don't even know what the F that is, bro.
Bro, those are the gladiators sandals.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Them just make your feet.
Let him talk about what his wife said. But I do want to say something about Crocs.
So my wife sends me this, and she goes, I'm going to say this directly to her. You're 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday than on any other day of the year.
God.
Hey, that's
damn.
True.
And I want to say something. My birthday's next week, bro.
That is true. Is that a hint?
That's crazy.
I think we're recording on your birthday, right?
Yo, you got to be careful, bro.
I think we are. Maybe.
Oh, man. I got to bring you a birthday.
Are we recording?
Well, we'll figure that out.
Jay, look at the calendar right.
Bro, my calendar is fucking full of.
Yo, why would she send me that one? And why the fuck are you 13.8% more likely?
But yeah, but
I'm like, yo.
In all fairness, she might try to surprise you.
Between lines.
Yo, Robert, I'm like, that guy.
No,
you better be careful, man. She might have some booby traps set up for you.
I'm just saying, if she invites me to dinner, I'm not going. If she gives me anything to drink, I'm not drinking.
Before I eat, you taste it.
Yo,
for real, you take this.
Was there a recent change in your life insurance? Did she just recently increase your life insurance, bro?
I mean, I would have to
now
check,
that would be something to question.
Wow.
But to answer your question,
why is my
we are
life insurance
scheduled
$3
to
million
record
and yours is half? Like,
Yo.
let me question that real quick.
I think it's more because of she knows her man and the type of parties that happen on his birthday.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
You
not-
just
I'm not a
celebrated.
birthday guy. I'm not a birthday
All
guy.
right, look, you want me to
Yeah,
defend?
ese día.
I'm gonna defend her.
Este es un compi.
Este tigre como que está involucrado.
Oye,
right?
my birthday's the day before his.
Yo.
But look, to her
Let me
defense,
que te lo manden a ti ahora.
look, to her defense, you just gotta celebrate that you got a 13%
No, but that-
chance of making it alive.
But that was 13. No, 13.
87%.
87%.
All right, so bro, the numbers are good.
Yeah, the numbers are good, but that's
Nah,
a weird
but-
thing. No, but let's talk. Why do you think that's true? Like, why do you think that is?
Because
I think people celebrate too much.
They celebrate too much their birthday.
So
And
the reason why when she sent me that, I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna bring this up because I was listening to something this morning that birthdays have now become a huge industry, like for adults. Like some people don't celebrate weddings, but they celebrate big birthdays, and it's causing like people are they're spending money on big invitations. For like they say their 40th. Like some people are making you go to Ibiza for their 40th birthday.
Who did that?
that's all you exactly. Who was that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then
What a
it's
genius.
straining relationships because like a friend might invite me to a birthday in Ibiza and like
Nah,
somebody can't
The
go.
real question here is those numbers are for single people or married people?
No, that's a good
You know,
question.
that is a good
Oh, so
question.
That's
yeah.
a really good question.
You know,
but they didn't
I
speak
think it
about
doubles
They're pretty
when you're
low.
married.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
you
It
got
doubles.
it. Yeah.
Probably the
But
only
I'll
day
tell
you
you
get to
this.
celebrate.
I'll say this for my wife. I mean, you guys know this before when she was single and when she's married. Like she celebrates her birthday
Oh,
like
religiously.
Like I'm talking about like
There's people that celebrate a day. There's people that celebrate a week. She celebrates the whole month.
But they're
people-
talking about they're still talking about the pandemic effects. Like, oh, people didn't celebrate for a couple of years because they couldn't get together, or people now celebrate differently
Her
because they're like, yo,
birthday-
this might be my last year.
Just to give some facts on her birthday during the pandemic, I remember we did like a drive by. It was like 50,
And what happened?
It was
after
like
the
50
drive-by?
cars.
What happened after the drive-by?
We got together. Like,
Yo, y'all spread the Rona,
Bro,
bro.
Hey,
Y'all
hey,
the
hey,
reason the Rona got spread out.
you had a super spreading event. Yo, I remember it was like a drive-by. Everybody was supposed to go home. Everybody parked.
remember there was a picture on the stairs. I think we should put it up. The picture on the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, but you know, you're still hearing about these things. Like people are like, imagine going.
No,
and
but
having
that's
to spend-
definitely true. You see it more like even on Instagram posts, Facebook. You see those birthday celebrations where they have like the 7 0, and it's like everybody wants like that's all you see. Like, birthday. Like even our kids, it's like it's my birthday. My birthday celebration was about my 5th birthday.
You
And my
remember
21st.
You remember your
You
fifth?
remember
I
your
remember my
5th?
5th.
I remember my
Wow.
21st.
My
I don't
5th
remember
And
my
your
5th.
head goes back that far, bro.
Cause bro, that's how I roll.
He eats a lot of peanuts.
What birthday do you remember the most?
I remember. I remember. I can't remember the number, but I remember it was in Fun City. It was like a 2nd floor, like indoor, like it had the balls
Okay.
and the
Fun City
slides.
existed that time.
Yeah, but in Roosevelt Avenue, it was in Queens. You probably don't know this. It was a
I
little mom and pop
know
spot.
which one it is.
Okay.
But yo, it's funny like with this whole birthday celebration thing because like people, like the way the people's psyche has changed. I saw a video tied to the same thing. There's this CEO for a company who said everything is all wrong. The society thinks that employees think that their employers should be grateful for them wanting to work at their companies as opposed to being grateful for having a job. This was a CEO. And he's saying, and that has to change.
Yepa.
And he goes, the unemployment rate has to go up to 50% so that people could feel I was like, yo, this guy is
Crazy.
crazy.
Where's that coming from?
50%.
He
This
goes,
is
the
full-blown
unemployment
depression.
rate has to go up to 50% so that people could feel the pain and want to come back to
And
work.
watch him
'Cause
crawl
people
back,
still don't want to
begging
go
back.
back to work.
That was a Musk, right?
That was not Musk.
No.
As a matter of fact, like they said it was a CEO of something. I couldn't recognize the guy. I'll
look,
show you the video.
I could see his stand in the sense of, all right, you said like you feel a sense of entitlement. Yo, I work for Apple, I work for Google, right? Like you proud of the place that you work for, but there's other people that like,
But I also
I
think that
gotta go
there's
to work for this person.
But
you
I
know?
also
So
think that
can
there's
see-
something going on right now. Like, I hate using the term because it's probably played out by now. But post pandemic, people look at work differently.
Absolutely.
Like-
totally different, right?
Millennial.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
well,
That's a really good
that-
point. That's probably
yeah.
a topic in its own.
Yeah.
Millennials.
the millennials.
Yeah.
Bro, we're millennials though.
Well, we're like early millennials.
I saw
These days people don't want to be like clovers. don't want to do nothing.
They don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I want to be a YouTuber.
That's all they
Everybody
want
wants to be a YouTuber.
gamer.
Gamers,
Yeah.
Oh,
Podcasters.
Talking about that. You remember the video that went viral about the kid that was working in Starbucks and he was crying because he was being overworked and all that stuff, and we were all like, "Yo,
How was he
What?
overworked though? Can like
because he had to make 2 coffees at once." I don't know. I don't understand, bro. Like,
yo, I saw the video of the guy, the little chubby guy that was at the working at the movie theater. He got nice doing the popcorn. Like I'm like, yo, like I mean, he just took a sense of pride into doing his job.
I think
know that.
I think
No,
a lot
so
of
he
people
went
don't take
viral.
pride in the work that they do
Yeah,
anymore.
he went viral. I think a lot of it has to do with you appreciating what you're doing.
I think not
I mean,
enough
look,
people
Some
take
don't
pride in
value-
their work.
Yeah, don't value and they don't appreciate that.
We see people and this happens all the time. They get hot for 1 minute and it lasts them like 2 months, 3 months, and then they're gone. And it's like,
What happened?
yeah, like what happened? Like, where
like
are
what do you
now?
mean that they get hot?
Look, you get viral for a second.
Oh, you're talking about viral's another thing.
So
So that's why what Robert's saying, like they want to be YouTubers because everybody thinks they're gonna go viral.
Yeah.
Everybody want to do
And
it for
they-
the clout.
and they-
It is an addiction. Yeah. You want to go viral. You want to go
Let's
viral.
talk about addiction.
I was at the US Open. Yo, check this shit out, bro. I was at the US Open.
The beer chugger, was she there?
No, she wasn't. I don't know. Not when I was there. I was at the US Open. There's a guy pushing another guy in a wheelchair, and they literally going right up to the stairs, right? And then boom, the guy pushes him off the wheelchair, but there's a guy at the bottom recording him.
Doing it for the
And then
clout.
I'm like, everybody's like trying to help the guy. And then I was there with my uncle. He sends me the video
Trying to
like
get
2
the
days
views.
ago. He's like, look. And then I saw his videos. Another thing he did was he was getting his luggage from the carousel at the airport. He fell in. And he's like, oh, like this is his thing. That's his thing. And I'm like,
stupidity.
it's like, what about
you're
the one
gonna
you were in?
literally throw yourself downstairs. Yo, he
Cement stairs.
cement stairs. Like
Yeah.
boom. I'm like, what the? Well, I don't understand.
You was in one not too long ago
what?
with a guy singing.
Oh, that the Q Park dude. Yeah.
Ray
Oh shit. I went viral.
He went viral. His reaction
I didn't
was
see
like,
that video.
Yo, dude.
his reaction was like, "You're the
I'm at
thing."
I'm at the Dream Mall, and there's this dude which I follow, by the way. He is Q Park on Instagram, right? It's like this Chinese dude who
Yo,
Or Asian
let's
guy.
not
Yeah,
give him no more followers, bro.
he got mad followers.
He got.
bro.
He hasn't.
Let's take some of his.
He sometimes he sings bachata.
Yo, so
sings,
he
songs,
stands like in crowded places, in like super crowded places,
and he'll just pop up. Singing.
and then he'll start like dancing like whatever the hottest song is in the
Singing,
moment, or
singing.
singing it loud like.
Can he sing?
No. He'll be like, so here's what happened, bro. I'm standing in a Starbucks because we're trying to get milk for the babies, like warm milk. So I'm standing in Starbucks. My wife is like behind us, like in the cash register. I'm standing with my sister, and I have my kids in the stroller. And
he was holding a box of Pampers.
I was holding a bag of Pampers. And there's a lady taking a picture of a guy. I'm behind the guy. There's a lady taking a picture, and the guy's standing in front of the Starbucks. It's a mall, so it's not outdoors. It's inside the mall. So, and I'm in my head, I swear, what's going through my head is like, who the fuck wants to take a picture in front of a Starbucks? Like it was like he was taking a picture in front of the Empire State Building or some shit. So that's what I'm thinking, because the guy's just standing there. And then all of a sudden he goes, "Woo!" Mad loud. And I'm like, the fuck? Q Park, Q Park. So then if you look at his last video, I come out like with my face like that, like, oh, what the fuck? So, and then I'm like, oh, I know this dude. Like an idiot. I was like, yo, I know.
His sister's face was like, "Oh, this guy."
Yo, but this dude has like a couple million followers, I think it is, right? Like a bunch of followers. And that's all he does.
But that's what it is.
I mean, but he's
Some
monetizing
people are good at
social media.
continuing, putting new content, but some people just do it once and then a month later, like, what happened to this person?
Do we live in?
It's like Industreet Podcast.
I think
They were like, somebody said, oh,
Not anymore.
what happened to
We got a
these
studio.
guys?
We got a studio.
Well, like, industry's gone.
What this
we're not
reminded
those
me of-
one-hit
Back,
wonders.
baby.
if you remember, like in the early 2000s, this reminds me of like the Jackass. Remember the Jackass days?
Jackass.
Where
Steve-O.
people just went out there and
Yeah.
did a bunch of dumb shit just to
Yeah.
get notoriety.
Yes.
And
the Godfather
like, that's
of the
what
Bible.
we
He
that's,
started this
that's
shit.
what we live in now.
He's the Godfather.
That is the genesis of
and
it.
if you think about it, right, like in the beginning it was Jackass, and now we got this shit.
I mean, there's another one that this guy that you really like. The prank shit.
The stupid show that you always watch, and they were like something.
Oh, Impractical Jokers?
Impractical
Oh
Jokers.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same thing,
I used to
yeah.
like that too. Yeah.
Yo, that shit.
But
just
yeah, but they
dated.
weren't.
That
But
shit
they weren't as like out there as like the way Jackass,
Jackass was retarded.
But and even like some.
I'm
like,
sorry.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no. Jackass
That's not that's not PC.
That's not a good word.
Jackass does some
They was-
crazy.
yeah, but I mean they were jackasses. But I feel like that's the society we live in now. It's like people are just out there trying to do the dumbest thing that they can just to kind of get a little bit of their.
Yo,
15
Josh,
I mean,
wanna
listen.
fuck with your head
Sometimes
right now.
people do a little strange shit for a little piece of change. You know what I mean?
Not sometimes.
Yeah, I mean
A lot of the time.
Everybody
right?
wants
That
their
should be a
15
topic
minutes.
too, huh? What are you willing to do for money? Or what people are willing to do for money?
I mean, you see it every
and
day.
extreme jobs too, like those crazy things. Yo, some people do. There's this one crazy thing. The guy that has to change the light bulb up in that tower.
Yeah, I
you
seen that.
Video?
I seen that. I seen that video.
It's like $30,000 every time he goes up, like a couple times a year or some shit.
Yo, the other day I was
Just
watching.
to change the light bulb.
Nah, I would
Yo.
not. I would not. You gotta watch that video, bro.
That's-
This dude's
that's-
I
going-
have adrenaline for heights for some reason. Like,
All right, yeah.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
being up.
You
Not
talking about
being
when
up
you have
there.
to climb that like that
The-
little pole or whatever?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
which one.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Nah.
that,
You,
that
you
was
were
a
gonna
joke.
ask something.
I was gonna ask what happened to Aaron Rodgers.
Here we go.
I'm a Jet fan, bro. So I'm just saying, I feel your pain.
You know,
Bro.
the time that we went to Vegas and you put $1 on the Jets and the odds were like 100 to 1,
I never been to
you
Vegas.
fucked it up.
I never been to Vegas.
You're supposed to follow me.
Damn.
I'm like,
bro.
I said that shit so
I'm like-
serious. He was like,
I'm like, this
yo,
guy's the biggest
you was about to get that call real
ever.
quick. We're like,
when you went to Vegas,
when the hell did you go
When
to
did
Vegas?
you go to Vegas?
Where,
Oh, it was that time. It was that.
it
He
was-
said he went to a New Rochelle.
nah, man, nah, bro. Like that's crazy. What happened to Aaron Rodgers is very unfortunate.
but that's we've said it a lot, but it, you know, and there's a saying in my culture, like my mom used to always tell me, like, you know, you want to see God laugh, make plans, right? Like, so I went into the season thinking like, yo, that's it, Super Bowl season, the Jets, Aaron Rodgers,
A lot of promise.
best defense, best,
Yeah.
bro, 4 plays in,
That's crazy.
isn't yo? That is insane, bro. That is insane.
yeah, that's a jinx.
That's gonna be
bro.
one of those moments like, oh, you remember? Do you remember what you were doing when Aaron Rodgers fucked up his
remember
Achilles?
that time?
4 plays in.
I was changing diapers.
I was running after the twins.
I actually was changing diapers. I was knocking out, bro. Like that's
Oh
crazy,
man,
bro.
yo, would you make your children be the same fan of the same teams that you are?
That's a good question. I mean, I would hope.
But would you say no? Like,
What
you're
are the
gonna buy
rules?
them
What
a
are the
car?
rules?
I
What
think-
are the rules?
I think it happens by default. No, I mean, like, you know, you're with your son or your daughter, and you're watching a game, like, oh look, and you start telling them about the Yankees, or you're
right,
telling them,
right. But you buy them a jersey.
Yeah, what
you buy
happens
them
if they
a
like the Red
hat.
Sox?
Yeah, what if like
What if they like the Red Sox?
Afuera se va.
what do you think, Josh?
I mean, I would hope that my son, my soon to be born son, would root. And we had this conversation actually just the other day.
We did?
My wife and I. My
Oh, okay,
wife
okay.
and I. I would hope
I was
that
about
he
to
would
call
root
your
for the
ass too,
same
bro.
for the same teams. But then again, like I don't know if I would want to wish that heartache on my son because for a Jet fan, bro, it's tough.
I mean,
Damn.
nah, bro.
It's tough.
He took it deep.
It's funny because
I mean, you know,
But
I mean,
but I think that, like Jay says, I think
it
there's
builds character though.
yeah, and there's beauty in the
struggle.
There's beauty there, like
I mean, listen,
The struggle's real
I
though,
think-
man.
I
the
think-
struggling is a fine line, but I've seen it through generations. I mean, we're still waiting on the Knicks chip, right? And I seen grandfather, father, son, and the new to be child. Like, yo, like, and the Knicks still don't get the chip.
So,
So
you're
it's
not
crazy.
gonna pass on your fandom to your
Oh,
child because of
I
that?
am.
No.
I am, but I also know like the heartache that comes with it. So
I mean, look,
you're also preparing him for the future because there's gonna be heartache in life.
in my situation, it was like, you know, when I was a kid,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
my
All your
father-
kids follow your teams.
for now.
For now.
If they know what's good for
He's
them,
paying the
if they
bills.
know what's good for them.
But when I was a kid,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, my father was a Met fan, and then he transitioned to Yankees, and I transitioned with him. It was
Wait,
like-
how does he make that change?
No, so no, hold on.
I need to know that.
Remember, because I have the same experience, but our parents, they weren't fans like from the beginning. Like they were fans from like Dominican teams.
Mm-hmm.
So they come here and they're in New York. They like one team. Oh, the other team's from New York too. But there's not like that. That like, yo, this is
The
I
hardcore.
believe this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
But my father is a Met fan. And I'm a Yankee fan because I grew up during the dynasty. And I saw this other team winning. And I'm this little kid from Queens. I'm like, fuck the Mets, bro. I'm a Yankee fan.
So what if you're now? I don't expect this, but what if the Mets become a dynasty and now your sons
That could happen.
jump on
That
the
could, I mean,
bandwagon?
I wouldn't want that
That's
because
probably
I'm
going to happen.
You know what?
But hold on, but I'm also a true Yankee fan because again, I was very little. My father was a Met fan. Cause I mean,
As
my
an
father
adult.
didn't get here too young, but I mean, he didn't get here too old. He was 17, but he was a Met fan kind of like after he was what his homegrown team from back home is, right? So like he was a Met fan. So my father, when A-Rod was in the Yankees, my father low key rooted for the Yankees because he really likes A-Rod, right? So
Okay.
but so it's kind of like that type of fandom, you know.
But you know what? I would imagine that those environments when you guys are together and it's like the Yankees versus the Mets, it must be awesome to be there.
Well, not right
you're
now
like,
because they
going
both
to-
suck.
They're probably
that
fighting
banter
all the
back
time.
and forth. That
I
banter
don't
back
even want
and
to talk
forth.
about that.
Like, toma, coge ahí.
Who's cooking?
I mean, if we're grilling,
Probably you.
yo, I got a question just to wrap this up because I know our producer's like flagging us down. But let
Ya
me
se pasan.
let me just to wrap
Se
this
acabó
up.
las-
Wait, how do we go from migration to like
Because
sports?
we
it's
unplugged,
unplugged,
baby.
it's unplugged,
We
bro.
unplugged,
You talk about
baby.
everything,
yo,
bro.
Yo, who's our sponsor for Industreet Unplugged?
On this one?
Yeah.
On the Unplugged?
In
Is-
the-
all right, this episode was brought up to you courtesy of Gamma Care. All right, so Gamma Care is paying up for this episode. Thank you very much.
We're gonna ask for the money later. No, but I got a question. So, as a parent, right, and we'll take it like as a father, and you teach your kids things, right, and you whatever you teach them how to drive, or you teach them how to cook, or you teach them how to play some type of sport. Many times, there comes a point when your child surpasses your ability. It happens,
Amazing.
right?
Okay.
What is the correct reaction there? Because as a father, because I tell my father all the time, I'll be like, yo, you told me, but yo, I got you, bro. I'm way better. I'm
Been
nicer
there.
now. I'm nicer now.
Been there, done that.
But my father's like, get the fuck out of
¿Qué
here. Like,
sabes
yo soy tu papá. Yo soy, you know. So I'm like, so what's the correct reaction? Like, yo, what do you think?
Yo,
Because that happens, bro. Because there's been a lot of instances with my parents. I'm like, yeah,
It's
but not like you told me really, you know? It's like this.
I mean, I think that currently, right now, the times that we're living too, like, I mean, fast forwarding 10, 15, 20 years from now, you know, our children are going to think differently. They're going to be exposed to things that
we weren't
now,
now, right?
right?
I
So
think
I
our
feel like
children
that-
right now,
They
like,
are.
Yeah,
They are in an accelerated path. It's
exactly.
So what's your reaction to it?
I mean,
Final
my-
thoughts. That's final thoughts. This
My
shit.
reaction, I'm like, shit, as long as you do
How are you planning to handle it? Because it's not how you're gonna handle it. Emotion comes into play here, and ego, whether it's your
Okay.
child or not. But how do you think you're gonna answer?
I'll stay quiet, I'll go to the room, shed a tear, and be like, yo, I did good.
Nah, I think I would have to like absorb it at first and see like, oh, you know what? She might be right or he might be right. You know, like obviously I have three kids.
You think that's gonna be your initial reaction?
I'm like that. I think
Yeah?
before I react. Yes, I do.
From a sports perspective,
I think
right?
just
Like, let's say,
overall,
for
yeah,
example,
overall.
like the first
No,
time my
overall.
son like beats me 1-on-1 in basketball, like
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna be honest,
That's a great
like
example.
my heart is gonna hurt a little bit, but there's also gonna be a little sense of
pride.
pride,
Right.
But I'm gonna probably want to like trip him or something, like,
That'll be the type of thing that I'll do. Like,
you know.
I can see Ray stuffing the shit out of Riley.
Yo, no easy layups with me, bro.
Nah, you're gonna earn every point.
Hell yeah.
earn it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be pushing your
Yo, yo, mi gente. This is
Yo.
In the Street.
Yes,
We
sir.
out.
It's a wrap.
Next time.
Unplugged. Brought to you by Gamma Care, apparently.
Yeah, I see it.